9 indicators that you are a chosen one. All chosen. You don't fit in, and you never really did. 2. You carry a deep inner calling even if you can't explain it. You endure unusual battles and opposition. You possess a sensitivity that feels like a curse, but it's a gift. You have wisdom beyond your age and experience. 6. You experience divine delays that lead to greater purpose. You influence others without trying. You keep rising, no matter how many times you fall. 9. You are being prepared, not punished. Introduction only fulfill its calling if it's filled with the breath of the one who has lifted it. There's something different about you, and you've always known it. You may not have had the words for it, but you felt it in your soul. While others were running with the crowd, you found yourself standing on the edge, watching, wondering, waiting. While others celebrated conformity, you felt the weight of being set apart. Maybe life has been harder for you than for others. Maybe the road has been lonelier. But what if I told you that the very pain you've endured is not proof of abandonment, but evidence of being chosen? Being chosen doesn't mean being perfect. It means being set apart for a purpose bigger than you can imagine. It means you've been called to walk a path that others can't understand. It's not a crown you wear on your head. It's a fire that burnt in your chest. You see, the chosen are not made on mountaintops. They're formed in valleys. They're tested in storms. And they are refined through rejection, failure, and relentless trials. But through it all, they rise, not because they're strong, but because something stronger is within them. You might be in a season of confusion, asking, why me? Why this pain? Why this path? But hear me, purpose rarely comes wrapped in comfort. Calling is often hidden in chaos. If you've been through things others couldn't survive, if you've carried burdens that should have crushed you, if you've walked alone in places others feared to enter, then maybe, just maybe, you're not forgotten. Maybe you're marked. This message is not for the crowd, it's for the called. It's not for those chasing attention, it's for those carrying assignment. If you feel like you've been misunderstood, misjudged, overlooked, or underestimated, then listen closely. Because today, I'm going to reveal 9 powerful indicators that you are a chosen one. And once you see it, you won't unsee it. You'll realize that everything you went through wasn't random. It was refining you for what you were born to carry. 1, you don't fit in, and you never really did. From the very beginning, there was a knowing in you. You couldn't explain it, but it followed you through childhood, into your teenage years, and now into adulthood. You never truly felt like you belonged, not in your family, not in school, not in the crowd. It wasn't that you didn't try to blend in. You did. You smiled when you wanted to scream. You followed when you wanted to lead. You agreed when something inside of you was shouting, "That's not right." You did what was expected, but it never fit. It always felt like a costume, a role you had to play, but never who you truly were. And that feeling, that ache of misalignment, wasn't rejection. It was redirection. It was life's way of telling you, you are not meant to blend in, you are meant to stand out. But the chosen don't stand out through appearance or performance. They stand out in spirit. There's a spiritual frequency on their life that makes them distinct. And often others sense it before you do. That's why you've been misunderstood. That's why people have pushed you away without cause. That's why your presence made some people uncomfortable, because even in silence, your spirit spoke loudly. The chosen ones are often born into families where they are the black sheep, not because they're rebellious, but because they see through patterns others accept. You notice things others ignore. You sense energies others dismiss. You discern motives others justify. You ask questions others are afraid to ask. That's not defiance. That's depth. And it's the depth that makes you different. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Different is dangerous to people who have settled for average. Your authenticity threatens their comfort. Your clarity confronts their confusion. And so instead of embracing you, they exclude you. And yet, even in isolation, you couldn't shake the feeling that you were made for more. Even in your lowest seasons, there was a flicker of hope that wouldn't die. You may have walked through depression, anxiety, betrayal, or abandonment, but you kept going. Why? Because something in your soul said, this isn't the end of your story. That resilience, that whisper in the dark, that unshakable sense that your life has meaning, those are the fingerprints of being chosen. Let's go deeper. When you're chosen, your path will often be unconventional. You won't take the same routes others take. You won't find fulfillment in the same things. What satisfies others leaves you restless. What distracts others awakens your discipline. While others chase success, You're being called to significance, and that calling requires sacrifice. It demands a deeper walk, a quieter spirit, and a willingness to walk alone if necessary. But you're not really alone because heaven walks with you. Destiny walks with you. The assignment on your life whispers to you even when no one applauds. It's why you could never stay in toxic environments. It's why you couldn't sell your soul for acceptance. It's why you burn bridges others told you to keep. Because something in you refused to settle for less than truth. That refusal cost you relationships, opportunities, comfort, and peace, but it preserved your identity. You didn't lose who you are to be liked. You lost likes to preserve who you are. That is the mark of a chosen one. And here's what you must understand. Not fitting in isn't a curse. It's confirmation. It means you're not common. It means your DNA doesn't match the world's patterns. It means you were wired for something higher, something deeper. And because of that, you will be set apart. You will be pruned, and you will be tested. But all of that is preparation, not punishment. You are being carved into the kind of person who can carry greatness without arrogance, pain, without bitterness, and power without corruption. So if you feel different, don't apologize. If you feel isolated, don't retreat. If you feel unseen, don't lose heart. The ones who are hidden are often the ones being handcrafted by heaven. Your difference is not a deficiency. It's a divine marker. It's the signal that you were not born to conform. You were born to transform. Environments, hearts, systems, and even generations. You are not who they said you were. You are not what you've been through. You are chosen, and that changes everything. 2, you carry a deep inner calling, even if you can't explain it. There's a stirring in your soul that won't let you settle. It's not loud or obvious, but it refuses to be silenced. It's the voice that says there's more to your life than this. That voice is your calling. You didn't choose it, it chose you. It follows you into your dreams, disrupts your comfort, and haunts your silence. It's not ambition, it's divine assignment. And no matter how far you run, it always finds you. From a young age, you sense something different. While others focused on fitting in, you were drawn to deeper things, meaning, purpose, truth. That inner pull has guided you through storms, heartbreaks, and setbacks. Even when you tried to abandon it, the fire never died. That's because the chosen don't chase the calling chases them. You may not know the full picture, and that's okay. The journey of the chosen is often one of mystery. But every delay, every detour, and every disappointment is shaping you for what's to come. The chosen are not called to easy lives. They are called to impactful ones. And impact requires pressure, pain, and preparation. So, if you feel that pull in your spirit, don't ignore it. That's not a fantasy. That's your future calling you forward. You may not see the path clearly now, but walk anyway. Because when you obey the call, doors open, strength multiplies, and your true purpose begins to rise. You endure unusual battles and opposition. If your life has felt harder than most, if you face betrayal, heartbreak, loss, or resistance you can't explain, it's not because you're cursed, it's because you're chosen. The intensity of your battle is a reflection of the weight of your destiny. Hell doesn't fight people without purpose. The enemy sees what you carry, even before you do. The chosen are forged in fire. Your trials are not random. They're strategic. They are designed to build your endurance, deepen your faith, and strip away what you don't need. Every rejection was protection. Every closed door was redirection. You are not being broken, you are being built. When you carry greatness, you become a target. But don't let the attacks discourage you. Let them confirm you. Because diamonds are made under pressure, warriors are trained through warfare, and leaders are proven in the fire. You are not weak because you've struggled. You're strong because you survived. Opposition isn't the end of your journey. It's evidence that you're on the right path. Keep going. Keep standing because the fight you're in is the evidence of the crown you're about to carry. You possess a sensitivity that feels like a curse, but it's a gift. You feel everything deeply. You walk into rooms and sense tension. You hear what people don't say. You cry at things others overlook. And for most of your life, you were told this was a weakness. But sensitivity is not a flaw. It's a divine radar. It means you're tuned into things others ignore. The chosen often carry the burden of sensing deeply. That's because they're called to heal, restore, and lead with compassion. Your tears are not signs of fragility. They're proof of your empathy. Your emotions aren't dysfunction. They're the evidence that your heart is still tender in a hardened world. You see injustice and can't stay silent. You see pain and can't walk away. That's not by accident. That's design. Your sensitivity is what makes you a safe space. It's what allows you to speak to people's pain, not just their appearance. It's what enables you to bring light into dark places. So stop apologizing for feeling. Your sensitivity is your superpower. And in a world numbed by distraction, your ability to feel is what makes you truly powerful. You have wisdom beyond your age and experience. You've always known things you weren't taught. You've spoken truths that shocked even you. People come to you for advice, clarity, or comfort, and sometimes you wonder why. It's not education. It's revelation. It's not training. It's anointing. The chosen often carry a wisdom that transcends time because their purpose demands it. This wisdom isn't loud. It's not arrogant. It's still deep and sharp. You can walk into chaos and see the root. You can hear someone talk and sense what they're not saying. That's because your discernment isn't natural, it's spiritual. It's been cultivated through pain, isolation, and divine encounters. Wisdom doesn't mean you've avoided mistakes. It means you've learned from them. And now you carry insight that others need. You've been through what others are going through, and your scars have become your syllabus. That wisdom is not just for you, it's for those you're called to lead, love, and lift. Honor it, speak it, share it. Because your words carry power, and your wisdom could be someone else's breakthrough. 6. You experience divine delays that lead to greater purpose. While others seem to fly ahead, your journey has felt slow. You've watched others achieve goals, get promoted, find partners, and rise quickly. And you've wondered, why not me? But divine delay is not divine denial. When you're chosen, timing is everything. God is not just preparing the blessing for you, He's preparing you for the blessing. What feels like delay is actually development. The hidden seasons are where your roots grow deep. The silence is where your character is formed. The waiting room is where your faith is refined. Every delay has purpose. The longer the wait, the greater the weight you're meant to carry. You're not behind. You're being aligned. You're not forgotten. You're being fortified. And when the moment comes, you'll walk into your destiny fully equipped. So stop comparing your timing to others. You're not called to their journey. You're called to yours. And yours is worth the wait. You influence others without trying. You've probably noticed it. People open up to you. They're drawn to your presence, your words, your energy. You don't chase influence. It follows you. That's because influence is not about volume. It's about vibration. It's about the atmosphere you carry. The chosen often don't realize how much they impact others. A single word from you can shift someone's mindset. A conversation with you can spark healing. That's because your life carries weight. Not because you're perfect, but because you're aligned. You may never stand on stages or hold titles, but your influence is undeniable. It's in the peace you bring, the truth you speak, the love you carry. People remember how you made them feel, and for many, you've been the turning point they needed. Don't minimize that. Influence isn't about being seen. It's about making others feel seen, and your presence does just that.
You keep rising no matter how many times you fall.
You've been knocked down more times than you can count. Life has hit you hard. People have walked away. Dreams have crumbled, and still you rise. Not because you're invincible, but because you're chosen. And chosen people are powered by purpose. You felt broken, but you never stayed broken. You've been wounded, but you kept walking. You've cried, bled, screamed, but you never surrendered. That resilience isn't normal. It's divine. It's what separates the called from the comfortable. Every time you get back up, you confuse the enemy because you were supposed to stay down, but you didn't. That's strength. That's grit. That's destiny, refusing to let you quit. Your rise is not for applause. It's for impact. Every comeback becomes someone else's courage, so don't be ashamed of your falls. Celebrate your rise because you're proof that defeat is never final. You are being prepared, not punished. It's easy to think, why me, when life gets hard? But what if the hard is not punishment? What if it's preparation? When you're chosen, the refining is intense. The pruning is painful. but the outcome is powerful. God doesn't prepare average people like He prepares chosen ones. Your trials are training grounds. Your heartbreaks are shaping your compassion. Your delays are building your endurance. You are being prepared for a purpose that requires strength, depth, and purity. You're not being broken, you're being built. Every struggle has meaning, every loss has a lesson, and every step, even the painful ones, is leading to your destiny. So hold on, trust the process, because the fire that's refining you today is the same fire that will illuminate your future. You are not forgotten, you are forged, and your preparation will one day become your platform. Conclusion: being chosen doesn't always look glamorous. It's not about being recognized by the world, it's about being refined by fire. It's about walking through rejection and still choosing love. It's about facing resistance and still choosing to rise. The life of the chosen is not an easy one, but it's a life that shapes nations, restores generations, and leaves a legacy far greater than fame or applause. You may have cried in silence. You may have fought battles no one knew about. You may have felt like giving up more times than you can count. But the fact that you're still standing is proof that there is power inside you the world cannot take. You were set apart not to impress, but to impact. You were chosen not to compete, but to complete a divine mission. Every scar has become your testimony. Every setback has turned into your strength. You are a voice, a vessel, a vision that this world desperately needs. Don't let the opinions of others silence what heaven has spoken over your life. Don't shrink back because the journey is long. Press forward. Keep moving. Keep believing. Because when the time comes, the world won't be able to ignore the mark you leave behind. Thank you for taking the time to walk through this message. Whether you stumbled on it by accident or found it in search of truth, know this: it was meant for you. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are chosen. And as you step into that truth, may your life become a radiant testimony of what grace, purpose, and perseverance can create. Stay strong, stay set apart, and never forget who you truly are. You are chosen, and that changes everything.